So why can't we get the same thing with this oil industry? Why? Every president wants to be minister of petroleum. Meanwhile, they know nothing about that industry. Why is Saudi Arabia working? All the OPEC countries, why are they working? Except Nigeria. Remember that initially, Bayo Onanuga told us that there was no in fact, there was nothing like that. There was no committee, no panel, nothing. There was no agency. Is that not what they told us? Today, now that they are investigating the same thing that they say does not exist, is that not enough? Going by what happened to Boris Johnson in the UK, they are not investigating the principal actors. Mr. Okoro, get this right, please.
We also have Darlington Ankumo, who is a lawyer and, of course, a public affairs analyst. Good morning to you, gentlemen. Welcome to the program.
My pleasure.
Now let's dive into the issues bothering us in Nigeria. Let's talk about it, and then after this, we'll probably go for the briefing again. Try to unpack everything that we've talked about, because it's not easy
to declassify our heads.
Exactly, it's not easy talking about Nigeria. Well, reps from the Punch newspaper. These are the headlines. Reps intensify fake agency probe. Gives MDAs 48-hour ultimatum. House tightens news on MDAs accused of frustrating phantom agency investigation. I take that one again for emphasis. House tightens news on MDAs accused of frustrating phantom agencies investigation. Bianca Ojukwu summoned as Foreign Ministry honors Tuesday's appointment, while Femi Falana withdrew as Adeyemi's legal representative. So this issue is on the front burner. Mr. Darlington, please.
Yes, for me, the only thing I want to hear is impeachment proceedings against Tinubu. Because the buck stops on his table. He will tell Nigerians why he created 48 ministries in an economy that is already down.
Is that an impeachable offense?
Sorry?
Creating 48 ministries in an economy that is down. Is that an impeachable offense?
That is part of it.
No, it cannot be.
That's not part of it with what is going on now. It's part of it.
It violates any letter of the Constitution. No, even if there are.
There are only 48 ministers, but ministries are not up to.
So what? Okay.
So you mean there are no there are ministers, not supervisors?
Ministers of state.
Minister of states and substantive ministers are in some of these ministries.
Okay.
So it can be 48.
Even at that, even if there were 48, it still does not constitute impeachable offense. Is it against the letters of the Constitution? Does the Constitution specify the number of ministries that we should have at any point?
Yes. These ministers,
Constitution.
Of course,
these ministers, they are a
number of
no, the critical ones.
Okay.
And then the president has the power.
Let's allow him land.
To create more.
These ministers are a drain to our already poor economy. That is first.
But do you agree that it doesn't constitute an impeachable offense?
Sorry?
Creating ministries, appointing the ministers does not
constitute.
If you
have created ministers that are just there.
But it does not constitute impeachable offense.
It is part of it. When you are incompetent, hold on, I'm coming. When you are incompetent in office, it's a very primary purpose to say, go and raise, you have done enough. I gave the example, hold on. I gave the examples here now from where we copied the democracy. Is that not true? This thing that you people neglect, say is minor, is not impeachable.
No.
People take it serious.
Saying it's minor. But we want to educate the people.
I am telling you now.
So if it shows up in any of our laws, we'd like to know which one.
The one that have been showing up, what have you done about it? This particular Bajabi Amila Gate now.
You are the barrister here.
So I am telling you now.
You're the lawyer here, so tell us.
Look, I am telling you now.
Yeah, so which part of our law says this is impeachable?
The state of emergency in River State is an impeachable offense because there was no need for that state of emergency. You have the power when certain.
But the Constitution says the president has the power to.
I don't told you now. You have the power, but there must be reason.
So if he has the power, then how is it impeachable?
Hold on.
Who determines when there's a reason?
No, listen to me.
Okay.
You have the power to exercise certain authority, but that thing must arise before you exercise that power. Was there any breakdown of law in other universities?
No, that'll be arguable.
Was there any law? You and I should know. We should know. Law rather have broken out in the north. What have you done about it?
Well, it's discretionary.
Oh, really? Oh, no. The Constitution says this is the time for you to exercise this power. This is the time you must do it. That's what we're saying here. You can't just wake up and take a rational action and tell me because you have the power.
Mr. Gumo, can we return to the issue?
So what I'm telling you now, that this Bajabi Amila Gate, what I want to hear, I've said it yesterday and I've said it again, impeachable offense has been committed. Let the National Assembly do the needful. That is the only way we will bring sanity into this country. They cannot get away with this thing that happened. It's too big. It's too big for us to be talking about the committee, panel, probe. This at the end of the day, this will get.
Okay, so you want the National Assembly to just get into the impeachment without having to investigate the issue?
The facts are already here. What are you telling me?
Who determines what the facts are?
What are they investigating?
Mr. Gumo, who determines what the facts are? Is it you?
Sorry?
Is it you that determines what the facts are?
No, the fact is already there. That's what they are proving.
Okay, so they are conducting an investigation. Probably.
There was no need for it. That's what, you can't investigate somebody in office. You can't investigate somebody in office. You are investigating in office and it's still sitting there.
You often make reference to the Watergate scandal. Wasn't it investigated before the impeachment proceedings?
Hold on. What I'm saying is that this thing is even worse.
Was it not investigated before the impeachment proceedings?
They are not investigating the principal actors. Mr. Okoro, get this thing right, please. This is that they are calling non-state actors here and there. No. The real person involved, nobody has mentioned his name. Why? Okoro, why? So there are secretaries.
Who is the real?
There are secretaries. Nobody said, look, you are under immunity, fine. But the constitution, you cannot be investigated. You can be investigated even as a city president.
Mr. Gomo, who is the principal suspect here?
Which office did it happen? This is that we're talking about. Which office? Who signed that budget?
But we don't understand that all of this is allegations.
No, who signed that budget? Remember that initially, Bayo Ononuga told us that there was no in fact, there was nothing like that. There was no committee, no panel, nothing. There was no agency. Is that not what they told us? Today, now that they are investigating the same thing that they say does not exist, is that not enough? Going by what happened to Boris Johnson in the UK. So what are you talking about here? The man even set up a committee after they have initially denied that Adeyemi is on his own. There was no agency like that in the presidency. This and that. Is that what they told us?
No, so based on that, based on Adeyemi's exposure, the National Assembly should have just gone ahead to impeach the president.
Not based on that. Based on what the president and his people are telling us now. Is a lie, pure and simple. They lie to Nigerians. And so when the lie has been exposed, what are you waiting for?
All right then.
What are you waiting for?
All right, so some other headlines here. We have investors shun 13 oil blocks. NUPRC plans fresh bids. There's another story that's about, 31 winners emerge in 2025 licensing round to boost Nigeria's oil gas output plan. The riders, NUPRC targets 500 million additional barrels to crude reserves. Fulfill all conditions within 90 days or lose award, Eyiso tells winners. Investors fail to bid for 13 blocks. Firms to get final awards after payment of signature bonus. ECBO, Nigeria's licensing regime anchored on fairness. Lokobiri, Nigeria, one of the most attractive investment destinations globally. Gentlemen, it's just
look, you see this oil industry. Until we get a minister who knows his own nuance to manage that ministry, we are wasting our time. Go and check. It has been rampant in a square hole in that particular industry.
What would sorry, sir. What would the minister do?
Good. Somebody who knows his own nuance will know the problem of that ministry or that industry, and then come up with a solution based on what he knows abroad. Why is Saudi Arabia working? All the OPEC countries, why are they working except Nigeria? Don't you think that there is something wrong here? Something is definitely wrong. And it's a woman being that will solve that problem. That is a fact. When Akumi Adesina was with Jonathan and Obasanjo, we saw what he did with the agric industry. In fact, other world bodies were coming to copy what that man did.
At that time, was there food sufficiency in Nigeria?
I said what?
At that time, under
how much were you buying rice and all this?
Was there food sufficiency? Okay, it wasn't government policy. It was Akumi's.
Hold on. How much were you buying food stuff that time? Were you crying the way you are crying now? No, tell me the truth. Talk now. So what we are talking is a human being. Akiwumi Adesina, it was what he did in the agriculture ministry here that gave him that job in the ADB. He did so fantastically. People were emulating him from other countries. That is a star. Okonjo-Iweala, what gave him the job at WTO? I'm talking of star performance that we have had in this country. So why can't we get the same thing with this oil industry? Why? Every president wants to be minister of petroleum. Meanwhile, they know nothing about that industry. They know nothing. Imagine an Obasanjo becoming minister of petroleum, Buhari becoming minister of petroleum, and Tinubu becoming minister of petroleum. Please, what will they bring to that industry? What will they contribute? Nothing. Just to go and collect money. And so you want that industry to survive, Abi? It can never be. So let us stop deceiving ourselves. Until we get the right people to do that job there, we will talk about it till Jesus Christ come back.
All right. Let's take a few other headlines. I would like to get your thoughts on
the improvements in revenue collection from this improved oil output. We have seen it. Today, between March and June, the revenue shared.
Like this, one shall never do. Yes, so I like Mr. Barrister. He not get time. He said me they impeach Tinubu. You understand? He said me they impeach because many things they go for the they go for a cabal. You understand? You understand? Because this fake agency. You understand? Many things they go on. Yeah. All those people who they go follow on. No, they don't mean well for them. They don't mean well because they are just there for their personal interest. So they don't mean well for them. You understand? So see what they go on and see the letter, see the letter see the fake letter where they write now, where they present. They say now Donald Trump the prison Tinubu as how why did the prison? When the Donald Trump where U.S. Parliament they have concerning this Christian genocide, they say they reprise them as how. You understand? So let that man you all go rest. It all do. Me go relax. Me go stay with the family. You understand? He does his try. Western that's what he build.